Okay, welcome to my instructional project. My driving question was, how does computer-based instruction affect student learning in a flipped classroom? Okay, so you might ask yourself, what is a flipped classroom? Well, I've attached in a video that explains it, but in a nutshell, it allows more one-on-one interaction. I can move around the room and help students one-on-one, and I can teach more than just content, which I really love. Basically, it takes what you would normally do at home, like homework, and that is done in the classroom with the help of the teacher, and then the students usually watch a very short video at home for their homework. That video usually has an assessment question attached to it, and we'll get to that next. So what does a computer-based instruction look like? I use a lot of educational tools, Pear Deck, Edpuzzle, Nearpod, and Google Classroom. And basically, they all help cover content, but also allow students to interact with their um, fellow classmates as well as the content in different activities, different assessments. They're assessed in different ways with they can draw, they can answer a question, they can create, they can play games, just different ways. I threw Google Classroom on here because this is the main platform for all of our work. So I'm going to switch real quick and we are going to jump into Google Classroom because if you don't know what Google Classroom is, you're way behind in the times. So I'm going to scroll down to one of my active classes right now and let's look at this class. So it's really awesome. It's very user friendly. Over on this left side, you'll see what's coming due. They have their projects due and their chapter due. This is basically a social media feed. It correlates everything that I post in by date, so it's all in order. When you go to classwork, it's all in subject titles. So they have projects, their extra credit, their digital backpack, first week assignment, second week assignment, second week homework. And inside of those, you have all of their homework assignments individually. And if you click one of them, it brings up the link to their Edpuzzle, which is amazing. So, and then you obviously, the people has the students listed by name and their parent contacts. But it is an amazing, they do a lot of stuff. This is where I post pretty much any messages that I have to give them, any assignments. So that is Google Classroom. We'll switch back. So we are in a Google infused classroom. My students collaborate, create, communicate, give and receive feedback, utilize time management skills, evaluate each other and themselves, build relationships with peers, community, and the world within all the Google applications. So they are using Google Classroom as the platform for all their work. They are using their Drive to share with their other students and to collaborate on. They're using all the different Google Sheets, Google Docs, Google Slides to create their artifacts, as well as to communicate and to collaborate with their students. So the project-based learning strategy is really effective in a flipped classroom that uses technology. So I was able to introduce this project to them via Google Classroom in steps. So they received their instructions and their rubric. They were able to, as a group, choose their topic. They received their research template where they had to do their research. I gave a couple of examples of the storyboards and scripts. They learned how to use TouchCast and how to film their videos. They learned how to use iMovie and edit their videos. They did all of this, turning all these pieces in, receiving feedback, correcting these artifacts, and then finally getting to that point where they submitted the final, and then they started evaluating themselves, the groups, the individuals in the groups, and the group as a whole. And then we went from there, we evaluated each group. Other groups evaluated each group. Our goal was to post these first videos on our school's YouTube page, but we all talked and decided, you know what, this first project was a learning lesson, and we all agreed that the next video that we do about ancient Greece would be the one that we would post, just so that the kids could make sure that they were putting their best foot out there for the world to see. So these videos that I've included on the next page have not gone to social media, but parents have given permission for them to be on social media. So I think it's all right for them to be on this assignment. They're all 3 great videos. Please check them out. When you look at this on the slideshow presentation, they worked very hard. And I believe the next ones are going to be even better. So in conclusion, I mean, this strategy, using technology in a flipped classroom, not only promotes learning the content, but again, those skills that are used in later academic, furthering education and higher education, in professional lives and personal lives. I mean, they're not going to be behind at all. They're going to be right there in the forefront, learning and doing. In a lot of high schools right now, kids are learning how to do this, and my kids are learning how to do this in an early age. So they will be more prepared. So I could not, I honestly, I don't think you could find a test that could do the same and yield the same results that this project and this way of teaching has done for my students. They truly have learned the content, had fun learning the content, and learned a lot of skills that they will use throughout their lives. So I hope you enjoyed.